So Kelly and I are Disneyland experts. Pros. We have this down to a science. So first it starts with the prep. When you say?
You have to have a whole list of what you're bringing to Disney.
Yeah. You have a packing list, first of all,
yes.
to make sure you're prepared for a seamless experience.
And you have to get here before opening.
You have to get here before opening.
You have to. If you do, you're fucked for the whole day.
So if you get here at 8:30 or 9, you're behind the entire day on rides. So how we just got all of those rides done really quickly and we really didn't wait in many lines, that was because we got there at 8. So if you get there at, like I've gotten here at 8:30 or 9 and suddenly I'm in lines all day long. Because a lot of it has to do with the lightning lanes.
The lightning lane,
yeah.
which we can touch on. But also Parkin Pixar Place parking structure. The other ones are far away. You have to bus in and it takes an extra like 20 minutes. The Pixar Place, you go through security and then you're just shuttled there. It's very quick.
Also picking when to go.
Yes,
we like
the
to
day.
go on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, usually. But today we checked that website.
We checked the website. Also, if there's any special nights. We were going to go yesterday on a Thursday, but we saw it was grad night, which means there's going to be more people here. So we nixed that, decided to come today, and then the park is pretty dead.
Yeah, so you have to check the schedule to make sure. So in terms of prep, you're checking weather, you're checking how crowded is it going to be. Typically, middle of the week is going to be better if you can do that. Like today was different, so check the website. You're checking special events. You are picking who you're going with wisely, depending on the experience you want. Right? So are people flexible? Are they adaptable? Are they down to walk 30,000 steps in the day? Or are they going to be complaining? Do they get motion sickness a lot? Make sure there's somebody that actually likes rides. If you want to ride rides, we like to ride rides.
Big ride people.
Fast walking.
That has to be fast walking.
Pre-rec.
Yeah, you gotta be able to keep up.
Gotta be aggressive, so you gotta make sure. I think you have to make sure that you're going with somebody or people who are just at the same pace or have the same intention. Like some people come to Disneyland and they want to just hang out, so that's great. So make sure everybody's on the same page. I think that's the biggest.
Whereas like we're on a mission.
We're on a mission every time.
Like we have a schedule. We are going the whole day.
Lightning lanes.
You need to learn about lightning lanes.
Yeah.
And you should probably watch videos on this. I'll quickly go over it. One person should be in charge of lightning lanes. You have everyone's ticket on your app. The lightning lanes basically help you cut the line, but you can only go on one per ride. Not all of the rides have them either. And the trick with Disneyland is you have to start it once you're in the park. So if you're late, all of the good lightning lanes gone.
Taken.
So you have to get here at rope drop to start your lightning lane process, because then you can only pick them every 2 hours.
Yeah.
So we just secured Indiana Jones, which is always the hottest commodity when it comes to lightning lanes. So you gotta get that, but the trick is you don't want to get it after 10 a.m. because then the rest of your day for lightning lanes is like fucked.
So you have to go. If we were late one time by accident, ruined our whole day of lightning lanes. We didn't get like any good lightning lanes.
Yeah.
So you gotta hear earlier.
Yeah. And you gotta pick wisely what ride you want to go on first. So always pick something with a longer line. So Space Mountain, Indiana Jones. I mean, maybe Splash if you're willing to get. Or Tiana's. What's it called now? Whatever.
Tiana's.
Yeah. If you're willing
like
to get wet
45-minute
early.
wait.
But pick something with like a long line.
Yeah.
Or even Peter Pan if you have young ones, maybe.
Yeah.
So you want to have a strategy. We always go in with a light strategy. So we have a strategy call every time before we
2 days before.
Yeah, so we had our call this week. We write out our whole list of our like plan A and then plan B is how we do it.
Yeah, because plan A is if you can get the lightning lane that you want. If you can't, then you have to switch it up.
If everything goes perfectly. Plan B is if it doesn't.
So our plan A, and it's worked every time when we're on time, is we get into the park. We get a lightning lane for Indiana Jones before 10, preferably. Then you buy the Star Wars one, and then we rope drop, basically run the space. So you're on space really quickly, and then you can go on the other ones after that. And then by the time it's 9:50 for your Indiana Jones, then you can grab your next lightning lanes. But then you've knocked out, we knocked out like 3 or 4 rides.
Yeah.
3 rides before 10.
You want to get all the Adventureland, Frontierland. But you also want to know your priorities, right? Like we don't usually go on Star Tours. We're probably not going to go on Blasters unless we have time. So you got to know the priorities. Also, it depends if you're doing a park hopper or not. We're going to both parks, right? So we're spending the morning in Disneyland, afternoon California Adventure, which I would suggest. And then we come back to Disneyland for fireworks. So that's the way I like to do it.
And you have to start with the lightning lane if you're going to both parks. After you get the main ones here, like we only did Indiana Jones Lightning Lane and then Pirates.
Yeah.
And we decided to start looking at California Adventure and then started grabbing California Adventure ones because Guardians was already gone and Credicoaster Soarin' was already at like 4 p.m. for a lightning lane. So you have to start grabbing that when you're in this park before you're even over there. Like right now we have 3 lightning lanes secured before going to California Adventure.
It also definitely helps to know the park. So I would get a map ahead of time if you've never been. And it's pretty easy once you just know the layout, but it's good to get it ahead of time so that you can navigate quickly. And also if you're somebody, I mean, if you're watching this, you're probably like us and you might have dietary restrictions or be more specific about food. If you're not specific about food, you can probably eat anywhere, but we like to know all the good places to go that are in each area. So wherever we end up, we know the spots, right? So we move really quickly today because we know the park really well. But imagine if you've never been, you've never been here. So if you never came here and you're like, where do I eat?
I wouldn't know where to go.
Yeah, you wouldn't know where to go. You're super overwhelmed. Yeah, so it's good to know, like, we have our list of gluten-free spots, and I just also know my favorite places that I like to go. And yeah, so it's good to have a list so you're not wasting time scrambling. And I think the biggest mistake people make when they come to Disneyland is they're just wasting a lot of time figuring things out and making decisions.
You have to plan.
You have to plan.
Prep, or else you will have a shitty day.
And you want to plan which rides have the longest lines, watching the wait times, but you want to cluster things. So you don't want to be running from Space Mountain all the way to, Indiana Jones and then back to Star Tours. And a lot of people do that because they just grab whatever fast pass they can. And then they're just wasting so much time going back and forth in the park. You want to plan it so you're in different sections of the park and not wasting time running back and forth. There's a method to the madness.
Yeah.
First time at Disney. The woman at Starbucks blessed me up with this pen and a sticker, and she wrote congrats on my cup. So I was very happy about that. And Disneyland is good, I like it. Okay, so here's what I thought. I thought that we were gonna get here super early, and then by like 4 o'clock we'd be wrapping up and heading home.
Oh.
And then you were like, fireworks. I'm like, what? We're doing fireworks?
Yeah.
So, yeah, unexpected twist, but I love it. It's great.
She hung with it though.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
What was your thought of the castle?
Okay.
She originated in Disney World,
ridiculous.
everyone.
Kelly gets it. I was born on the East Coast, so I grew up going to Disney World. I was expecting the castle to be a little bit bigger, but I think it preserves the kind of like nostalgic vintage Disney vibe.
Look, I mean, I get it, but you have to understand the point. Like, this is the original park.
No, I get it. It's just a bit. I think it's funny compared to Walt Disney World. It's funny.
Yeah, How did you feel energetically and like spiritually?
Really clean, really clear. And I think that kind of surprised me because I'm used to when I'm in a big group, it can feel kind of destabilizing, but I feel like everybody I made eye contact with and just like witnessing people, everyone seems so happy. And the overall like feeling here just feels really like clean and like hopeful, and I feel like people are in that frequency of magic and possibility. So yeah, that's like how I feel being here. Yeah.
I will say Kelly hung with us well.
Yeah.
We have brought a lot of people to Disney. Most can't hang with us. Kelly and Ty Nelly, absolutely.
Kelly and Ty Nelly.
Yeah.
Kelly and Ty Nelly.
Yeah.
Top tip for crushing Disneyland is have a plan going in and get all of the hard stuff out of the way first so that you can just relax the rest of the day. That's my top tip.
Mine's get here early.
Yeah.
You've got to be here at rope drop or you'll miss out a lot of rides.
I feel like Disneyland is a really cool place where you can play with responding. So noticing if you have like a question or like what kind of archetype do you want to live more in your life, or like what's something that really inspires you, and you come to Disney and then you notice like what ride really excites you or what kind of character really inspires you, and you can use it like a mirror.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, and I think so much of the magic of Disney is going with the right people. When you're with people that are able to lean into their inner child, it makes a huge difference because you have so much fun. Because there's a huge opportunity here to just like truly play and have fun and just be silly and be goofy. And that is what makes the experience so much fun, and just being willing to really pretend like you're in a different world, because you are, and even like going into it, I've been watching Disney movies nonstop for 2 to 3 weeks just because it gets me in the mood, right? And so I just think all of those little things to lean into the play makes a huge difference for the experience. So I think that's big. And we were talking about earlier, or you and I, like, we were talking about all the synchronicities from the day whenever you're like traveling or coming to a theme park like this. You just are allowing the universe to guide you. We're just like, oh, the universe doesn't want us to go on this ride right now, or like universe doesn't want us to get a Dole Whip, and you just like lean into it. And it's such a fun place to play with synchronicity and practice allowing and just going with the flow. And then you see how it all pans out. Like, oh, we couldn't get on Cars, but then we got a free fast pass to get on Tiana, which is better, right? Yeah. Well, it ended up being better. Yeah. But like, we could have used it whenever we wanted. You know, I think that, and we have this a lot, I feel like. We just kind of let the day flow, and you're in that kind of stream of synchronicity, and things just keep going well. And then if you can't get on a ride or you can't access something, it kind of pans out, like something else comes back to you in return. So I just think, yeah, it's a really great opportunity to play with synchronicity and signs and practicing just listening to the universe and having fun with it.
And also like your attitude.
Yeah.
Because like how when things shift, your attitude can show so much about how what comes next is going to unfold. Like, are you going to be like all down about it and like angry about it? Or are you going to trust and have fun with it and like make it playful? And like, I feel like that's something that is so important in life as well. Just like
aftercare. Well, we got to get great night's sleep. I mean, immediately when I get home, even though I'm so tired, I take a nice cleansing shower. I would say, like, while I'm here, I'm not really worried about my energy. But when I'm home, like, just like anything else where you're around a lot of people, I like a nice cleansing shower. And, like, obviously physically, too, because you're around stuff. But I really take that to, like, cleanse my energy and just a nice, long sleep. And I will sleep in, and I usually I get a lot of downloads when I come to Disneyland. And while I'm here, it's not usually like the full thing comes through, but during the day, I just had little pings and notes. And so I always do a really good journal session the following morning about just like little things that popped up, and usually more fully forms. And while I'm here, I'm getting, and I know you're saying this too, like a lot of like, oh, I got to watch that movie, or that reminded me of this. And so I have a little list of things I want to learn about or movies I want to watch that are all signs. So I'll follow up on those. People really need places where they can leave their life at the door and fully be in the present moment. And when you're in a park like this, where every detail makes you feel like you're not in real life, it's that, you know, C.S. Lewis talks about like willing suspension of disbelief. With how you build a world is you have to make it so that when they enter, there's no piece of them that is reminded of outside life, you know, and Disney does that really well. Other parks don't do that. You're still connected to outside life, and so it allows you just really be present and to play and to have fun and lean into it. And I just think adults need more places like that to like connect in with themselves and their inner child and connect with each other and be present with each other, you know? So that's why I love the immersion.